In the vastness of space, aboard the orbiting station Helios 9, a crew of 5 astronauts busied themselves with their daily routines. Among them was Commander Alex Mercer, a veteran of numerous space expeditions. He was a disciplined and loyal officer, known for his unwavering adherence to protocol. But no amount of training had prepared him for what would soon unfold. Helios 9's mission was straightforward: gather data on exoplanets and the potential for alien life. The excitement of discovering new worlds had long since faded for Alex, who, after a decade of space travel, had grown accustomed to the mundane rhythms of exploration. The cold metal of the station and the infinite darkness of space no longer filled him with awe, but with a sense of isolation. The world below Earth felt impossibly distant. It was during a routine scan near the distant planet Zaros 12 when their scanners picked up an unusual signal. At first, it appeared as nothing more than background noise, but then the signal intensified. A small, unidentified object floating within an asteroid belt. The crew decided to investigate. When their robotic arm brought the object aboard the station, Alex and the team were astounded. The object was no mere piece of debris. It was a smooth, metallic egg about the size of a basketball, etched with intricate, alien-like symbols. Its surface shimmered in a way that seemed almost alive. "We found something extraordinary," muttered Dr. Eva LaRue, the lead scientist of the mission, her voice thick with excitement. She ran her gloved hands over the egg's surface, her eyes wide with wonder. "We may have just stumbled upon the first true evidence of extraterrestrial life." The crew crowded around the object, the hum of the station's systems barely audible over the excitement in the air. But as they discussed the next steps bringing the egg to Earth for further study, Alex felt a deep, unsettling feeling bloom in his chest. It wasn't excitement or curiosity, but a strange, inexplicable connection to the egg. His thoughts were interrupted by the stern voice of Mission Control back on Earth. The directives were clear: the object was to be quarantined until further analysis. They were to wait for further instructions, and under no circumstances was anyone to tamper with or interact directly with the object. It was a protocol designed to avoid contamination, to keep potential alien biohazards from ever reaching Earth's atmosphere. But Alex couldn't shake the pull of the egg. That night, after the crew retired to their quarters, he found himself drawn to the station's quarantine lab, where the egg sat suspended in an isolation chamber. Alone in the dim, sterile light of the lab, Alex stood staring at the egg, his breath shallow. It was as if the object was calling to him, whispering silent promises that only he could hear. He approached the isolation chamber, his fingers trembling as they hovered over the control panel. His heart pounded in his chest. "What am I doing?" he thought, but there was no turning back now. The moment he disabled the chamber's security lock, an invisible barrier seemed to dissolve between him and the egg. He reached out and, with a gentleness that surprised even him, lifted the egg from its resting place. Its surface was warm, and it seemed to pulse faintly beneath his touch. For the first time in his career, Alex defied direct orders. He knew the risks, but some instinctual force pushed him forward. He carefully concealed the egg inside his personal belongings, ensuring no one would notice. Days passed, and the station's mission progressed as usual. But Alex was no longer focused on the mundane tasks of the expedition. All his thoughts revolved around the egg, which he had kept hidden in his quarters, tucked away in a metal storage unit. Each night, he would examine it in secret. He could swear that the symbols on its surface began to glow faintly when he held it, almost as if it recognized him. Then the egg began to change. One evening, as Alex sat alone with the egg, he noticed tiny fractures forming along its surface. He held his breath as the cracks deepened, spidering across the smooth metal. Then, with a soft hiss, the top of the egg split open, revealing a soft, pulsing interior. Alex's heart raced as something inside the egg began to stir. Slowly, a small, delicate creature emerged, a tiny, blue alien, no larger
It had
than
large,
his finger, black eyes that shimmered with intelligence, and its skin, though fragile-looking, seemed to glow faintly in the dim light of the cabin. It blinked up at him, its gaze locking with his in an unsettlingly human way. Alex froze, unsure of what to do. The alien creature made a soft, chirping sound before speaking in a voice that, to Alex's shock, was perfectly clear. "Mother," he blinked in disbelief, his mind struggling to comprehend what he had just heard. The creature spoke again, its tiny voice more insistent this time. "Mother." It mistook him for its parent. Despite the impossibility of the situation, a wave of empathy surged through Alex. He had no children of his own, had never settled down long enough to consider it. But in this moment, as the small alien looked up at him with what seemed to be trust and innocence, something inside him shifted. Over the next few days, Alex cared for the creature in secret, feeding it from his own rations and keeping it hidden from the rest of the crew. He watched in awe as the alien seemed to grow stronger, its eyes following him wherever he went. They began to form a strange bond, one that Alex could neither explain nor fully understand. The creature whom he privately began to call Axo seemed to recognize him as its protector. But as their bond deepened, so did Alex's guilt. He knew he had crossed a line, not only by disobeying orders, but by bringing an unknown life form aboard the station without the proper quarantine protocols. Worse, he planned to take Axo back to Earth. He justified it to himself by thinking he was protecting the creature. But deep down, he knew there was more to it than that. He couldn't bear the thought of turning Axo over to the authorities, where it would undoubtedly become the subject of endless experiments. Days turned into weeks, and Helios 9's mission neared its end. The crew began preparations for their return to Earth, oblivious to the secret Alex carried. But as the station drifted closer to Earth's orbit, Alex's anxiety grew. He could feel the weight of his decision bearing down on him, the knowledge that he had betrayed the trust of his crew and the mission itself. Still, he couldn't let go of Axo. The small alien had become more than just a discovery, it had become a companion, a responsibility he couldn't abandon. And so, as the day of their return drew closer, Alex made the fateful decision to bring Axo back to Earth, defying not only the mission's protocols, but the very laws that govern space exploration. He knew there would be consequences, but whatever happened next, Alex was ready to face it. He had already crossed the point of no return. The months following Alex's return to Earth were a whirlwind of change. He had managed to smuggle Axo into his home, a modest apartment nestled in a quiet neighborhood. The alien lived in secrecy, a closely guarded secret known only to Alex. As time passed, their bond deepened, and Axo's unique abilities began to surface in ways Alex had never anticipated. One evening, while Alex prepared dinner, Axo perched on the counter, watching with wide, curious eyes. The kitchen was filled with the scents of garlic and herbs, but it was Axo's intense gaze that captivated Alex. "What are you thinking?" Alex asked, glancing up from the stove. Axo tilted his head, the soft blue glow of his skin pulsing gently. "I see everything, Alex," he replied, his voice melodic yet firm. "I know all that has been, all that is, and all that could be." Alex paused, stirring the pot of simmering pasta. "Everything?" he laughed, disbelief evident in his voice. "You're telling me you know everything about Earth?" Axo nodded. "And more. I can learn what I do not know. I can become what I need to be." He leapt from the counter and landed gracefully on the floor, his small body glowing with an ethereal light. Invisible, silent, I can observe without being seen. The weight of Axo's words settled over Alex. It was one thing to bond with an alien creature. It was another to comprehend the depth of its knowledge and abilities. "You mean you can make yourself invisible?" Alex asked, his interest piqued. "Yes," Axo replied, his expression "And I can assist you in ways you cannot imagine." As the days turned into weeks, Alex began to witness the true extent of Axo's capabilities. It started with small things. When Alex was studying for an exam at his job, he would often ask Axo for assistance. The little alien would curl up beside him, whispering answers and guiding him through complex problems in ways that seemed almost telepathic. One night, as they sat together at the kitchen table, Alex sighed, overwhelmed by the sheer volume of information he needed to retain. "I can't do this, Axo. There's too much to remember." Axo's eyes sparkled. "You need not struggle, Alex. Just let me help you." And so, with a gentle nod, Alex agreed. He closed his eyes, and in that moment, he felt the warmth of Axo's presence enveloping him. A surge of knowledge flooded his mind, as if Axo was transferring information directly into his consciousness. When he opened his eyes, he felt renewed, filled with confidence and clarity. The following week, Alex took his exam and, to his astonishment, scored the highest marks in his class. His colleagues praised him for his brilliance, but Alex knew the truth. It was Axo's intelligence that had guided him through the labyrinth of questions and answers. He felt a mix of pride and guilt, exhilarated by his success yet acutely aware of the ethical lines he was crossing. "Imagine what we could achieve together, Alex," Axo urged one evening as they discussed the implications of their bond. "You have the potential to rise above and beyond. We can help each other." Over time, Alex began to explore the possibilities of their partnership. With Axo's guidance, he soared through academic hurdles, impressing superiors and colleagues alike. His promotions came swiftly, each new position offering him greater influence and responsibility. Yet, as he climbed higher within his institution, the weight of his secret burdened him. He was achieving success that was not entirely his own. But as much as he tried to suppress his anxieties, the thrill of victory and power became intoxicating. He had been accepted into a prestigious program at a renowned university, a dream opportunity that promised to propel him into a realm of unprecedented influence. With each passing day, Alex witnessed Axo's abilities expanding. The alien became not just a source of knowledge, but also an invaluable asset in navigating the complexities of life. He could cloak himself in invisibility, allowing him to overhear conversations, absorb critical information, and guide Alex in making strategic decisions. While attending a crucial meeting, Alex felt the tension in the air. The room was filled with powerful executives and esteemed faculty members discussing funding and future projects. As debates intensified, Alex felt lost in the whirlwind of opinions and agendas. But then, he felt Axo's presence beside him, a silent whisper in his ear. "Listen closely," Axo urged, his voice barely audible. "They are considering a new initiative. Your initiative. Speak now, before the moment passes." Fueled by Axo's insight, Alex stood up and articulated his ideas with surprising clarity and conviction. The room fell silent as he spoke, his confidence radiating throughout the space. When he finished, applause erupted around him, and he could see the glimmers of respect and admiration in the eyes of his peers. "Excellent work, Alex," the head of the committee commended him. "We should make you the lead on this project." As he left the meeting, exhilaration coursed through his veins, but beneath the excitement was a gnawing unease. Every triumph felt tainted, as if the ground beneath his feet was shifting, and he was balancing on a precipice. How long could he keep Axo's existence a secret? How far could he push this partnership before it all came crashing down? A month later, the pressure intensified when Alex received an invitation to attend a prestigious international conference. It was an opportunity to present his findings, to showcase the innovative projects he had spearheaded all under the guise of his own brilliance. But as the date approached, the dread of being discovered haunted him. At home, Alex paced nervously. What if someone finds out about you, Axo? What if they discover the truth? Axo watched him, his eyes glimmering with understanding. "You have done great things, Alex. We can continue to succeed together, but you must trust in our bond. I will remain invisible, unseen." Trusting Axo felt increasingly precarious. But as the day of the conference arrived, Alex found himself on stage, presenting to an audience of brilliant minds from around the world. He felt a surge of exhilaration as he shared his work, and the audience hung on his every word. But deep down, he wrestled with the truth of his achievements. As he concluded his presentation, thunderous applause erupted, and Alex basked in the spotlight. He was met with accolades and opportunities, but behind the applause, a voice whispered warnings. Each success felt hollow, a facade built upon the knowledge of another. After the conference, Alex returned home, conflicted and restless. Axo sensed his turmoil and approached him, the glow of his skin dimming as he looked up at Alex. "What troubles you, Alex?" "I don't want to keep lying," Alex admitted, his voice barely a whisper. "I want to earn my success honestly, not with your help." "But we are a team," Axo replied, his tone earnest. "Together, we are stronger. You have the potential to change the world. Think of all the lives we could impact." As the weeks turned into months, the duality of their existence grew more pronounced. Alex continued to ascend the ranks of academia, his reputation solidifying. But the deeper he delved into the world of power and influence, the more he felt the weight of deception. One evening, as Alex stood on his balcony, gazing up at the stars, he felt the cool breeze against his skin. He thought of Axo, hidden away in the shadows, the bright blue alien who had become both his greatest ally and his heaviest burden. "Is this truly who you are, Alex?" he mused aloud. "Or have you become someone else entirely?" His thoughts raced as he pondered the implications of his choices. What began as a simple partnership had spiraled into a complex web of morality, ambition, and deception. The line between right and wrong blurred, and Alex found himself at a crossroads. As he returned to the safety of his apartment, he sensed Axo's presence nearby. The alien's eyes shimmered in the darkness, a silent reminder of the extraordinary abilities he possessed. "What will you choose, Alex?" Axo asked softly. Alex took a deep breath, the weight of the world pressing down on him. "I want to do something meaningful, Axo. I want to help others. But I can't do it this way." Axo nodded slowly, his understanding palpable. "Then we will find a path together, one that honors both of us." With that, a renewed determination surged within Alex. He realized that the journey ahead wouldn't be easy, but he was ready to redefine his purpose. No longer would he hide behind Axo's brilliance. Instead, they would forge a new path together, one where their combined strengths could create a brighter future not just for themselves, but for the world. The sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the bustling corridors of the International Space Administration ISA Alex headquarters. Mercer stood at the helm of a new era, her heart racing with a mixture of excitement and apprehension. After years of hard work, deception, and a powerful partnership with Axo, she had finally achieved the position she had only dreamed of: the Director of Intergalactic Relations, the official in charge of space exploration and extraterrestrial affairs. Alex's ascent to power had been meteoric. With Axo's guidance, she had outperformed her colleagues, garnering accolades and respect within the scientific community. But it was her daring vision of humanity's future among the stars that truly captured the imagination of the higher-ups at ISA. No longer just a brilliant astronaut, Alex was now a key player in the global arena, a symbol of humanity's reach into the cosmos. As she gazed out of the panoramic window of her office, the twinkling lights of the Earth illuminated the night, a reminder of the vast responsibilities she now carried. Yet, as she looked up to the stars, her mind was consumed with a singular ambition. The alien eggs she had encountered on Zaro's 12 still lingered in her thoughts, the untapped potential of those mysterious objects whispering promises of power and control. With her new position, Alex had access to vast resources and a team of scientists eager to explore the unknown. She had initiated a classified operation to study the alien eggs further, isolating them in a secure laboratory within the ISA. The only person privy to the operation was Axo, who remained her trusted confidant and advisor. As the months passed, Alex and her team worked tirelessly, Analyzing the egg's properties, they discovered that each egg contained an intelligent life form with varying abilities and knowledge of their respective planets. The potential for harnessing this intelligence was extraordinary. Alex envisioned a world where humanity would no longer be alone in the universe, a world where she would wield control over the very essence of knowledge. One fateful day, as Alex stood before the laboratory, she could feel the weight of her ambitions pressing down on her. "Axo," she called, her voice echoing in the sterile environment. "What if we could awaken these beings? Imagine the knowledge we could gain, the power we could wield." Axo's eyes glimmered, reflecting the fluorescent lights of the lab. "You understand the risks, Alex. Once awakened, these beings may not share your intentions. Power can corrupt even the noblest of hearts." Alex nodded, the truth of Axo's words resonating deeply. But her desire for control and influence was overpowering. "I need to be the one to lead humanity into this new era. If I can awaken them and harness their abilities, we can transform not just our understanding of the universe, but our place within it." After long deliberation, Alex ordered her team to initiate the awakening process. The laboratory buzzed with activity as they carefully prepared the eggs for examination. With each egg they cracked open, the potential for knowledge and power grew. The first alien emerged a slender creature with shimmering scales and an elegant design that glowed softly. Its eyes, deep and wise, held centuries of knowledge. "What is your name?" Alex asked, kneeling before the creature, feeling a connection as strong as she had felt with Axo. "I am Elara, from the planet Zypherin," the creature replied, its voice a harmonious blend of tones. "I have witnessed the rise and fall of civilizations. What do you seek, human?" Alex's heart raced with exhilaration. "I seek knowledge and power to help humanity reach its potential among the stars. Together, we can achieve greatness." Elara regarded her, seemingly weighing her words. "Greatness comes at a cost. Power must be handled with care, lest it lead to destruction." But Alex's ambition drowned out any caution. "I am ready to embrace that cost." As the weeks turned into months, Alex continued to awaken more aliens from the eggs. Each one brought unique abilities and knowledge. Some were gifted strategists, while others possessed advanced technological understanding. They quickly became allies in her quest for power, forming a coalition of beings intent on achieving greatness. The more she learned from them, the more she could manipulate events in her favor. But with every success, the risk of exposure grew. Whispers of the secret project began circulating among her colleagues, some of whom were growing suspicious of her rapid rise. They questioned her methods, sensing a darkness hidden beneath her ambition. Yet, Alex remained undeterred, fueled by the power that coursed through her veins. One evening, as she sat in her office, Elara appeared before her, an ethereal glow surrounding her. "Alex, we must speak. There are forces at play within your organization that seek to uncover the truth. They may not understand your vision, but they will come for you." Alex clenched her fists, anger rising within her. "Let them come. I will not let anyone stand in my way. With your help, I can eliminate any threats." Elara's eyes narrowed, a hint of concern flickering across her features. "Remember, the power you seek can turn allies into enemies. Trust is a fragile thing." Ignoring Elara's warnings, Alex devised a plan to consolidate her power further. She orchestrated a series of public appearances, each more grand than the last. With her newfound allies by her side, she positioned herself as the savior of humanity, the bridge between Earth and the cosmos. Her speeches inspired hope and ambition, drawing in supporters from all walks of life. But within the walls of the ISA, dissent grew. A faction led by Dr. Marcus Reed, a respected scientist and Alex's former mentor, began to gather evidence of her secret operations. He suspected that the aliens were not mere allies, but potential threats that Alex had underestimated. His team scrutinized the information flowing in and out of the laboratories, determined to uncover the truth. One day, Alex received an urgent message from Axo, who had been monitoring the developments closely. "They are onto you, Alex. Dr. Reed is gaining support within the administration. You must act quickly. Then we'll eliminate him, Alex replied, her voice cold. We cannot afford to let anyone disrupt our plans. The future of humanity is at stake. With Axo's guidance, Alex orchestrated a covert operation to discredit Dr. They fed misinformation to the media, portraying him an extremist who posed a danger to the space program. As public sentiment turned against him, Reed found himself increasingly isolated. But as the tension escalated, so did Alex's paranoia. She began to see enemies everywhere, even among her closest allies. The whispers of dissent within the organization echoed in her mind, and she knew she needed to tighten her grip on power. In a bold move, she convened a meeting with all her allies, both human and alien. The atmosphere was electric with anticipation as she stood before them, her heart racing. We stand on the brink of a new era, one where we will shape the future of our world. Together, we will eliminate anyone who dares to threaten our vision. A collective murmur of agreement rippled through the room, their eyes gleaming with ambition. The aliens, now fully integrated into her plan, nodded in unison, each one eager to assert their place in the new order. With renewed resolve, Alex set her sights on the stars. The time had come to embark on another space mission, one that would cement her control over both Earth and the cosmos. She announced the launch of the Endeavour Initiative, a mission to explore deeper into space and establish contact with other civilizations. But beneath her carefully crafted facade lay the true objective: to harness the powers of the alien eggs and prepare for a future where she would rule supreme. As the Endeavour Initiative prepared for launch, excitement buzzed through the ISA headquarters. The spacecraft was equipped with advanced technology, including the knowledge gleaned from the awakened aliens. Alex had meticulously crafted the mission plan, ensuring that all the right people were in place both on Earth and in the stars. On launch day, as the countdown echoed through the command center, Alex felt a surge of exhilaration. "This is our moment," she whispered to Axo, who stood beside her, his presence a reassuring light. "We will show them what we are capable of." The spacecraft roared to life, propelling them toward the vast expanse of space. As they broke through Earth's atmosphere, Alex gazed out at the swirling blue planet below, her heart swelling with pride. She was no longer just an astronaut, she was a leader, a visionary, and soon a ruler. But deep down, the shadows of doubt lingered. As they ventured further into the unknown, she couldn't shake the feeling that she was playing a dangerous game. The allure of power was intoxicating, but the cost of ambition could prove deadly. With Axo and the other aliens at her side, she had gained strength, yet the path ahead was fraught with peril. As the stars enveloped them, Alex made a silent vow. She would stop at nothing to achieve her goals, to solidify her place in history. The universe was vast, filled with infinite possibilities, and she would seize them all, ruling from the shadows, shaping the fate of humanity and beyond. The Endeavour Initiative soared through the vastness of space, its sleek design cutting through the cosmic veil with an elegance that belied the tension brewing within. Alex Mercer stood on the observation deck, the brilliance of distant stars illuminating her determined gaze. She had achieved everything she had ever wanted: a powerful position, a groundbreaking mission, and the loyalty of extraordinary allies. But as they approached the alien egg repository, an unsettling feeling gnawed at her core. "Are you ready for this?" Axo's voice pulled her from her thoughts. The blue alien floated beside her, a comforting presence in the sterile environment of the spacecraft. His luminescent form shimmered as he regarded her, with an intensity that sent a shiver down her spine. Alex forced a smile. "We're about to unlock the secrets of the universe, Axo. This is what we've worked toward." Yet, as the spacecraft drew closer to the orbit of Zephyrin, a sense of foreboding washed over her. What had once been a dream of collaboration and discovery now felt like a web of secrets tightening around her. She dismissed her apprehensions. The knowledge and power she had gained were too intoxicating to ignore. The spacecraft landed with a gentle thud, and Alex led her team to the egg chamber, a vast dome filled with pulsating orbs of iridescent color. Each egg pulsed with energy, echoing the life force contained within. As she approached the first egg, a rush of excitement coursed through her veins. Here lay the key to her future, the ultimate source of power. "Let's begin," she commanded, her voice steady and resolute. Her team hurried to prepare the equipment needed to extract and analyze the eggs. Axo floated close by, a silent guardian observing her every move. As the first egg cracked open, a brilliant light enveloped the room. A small, delicate alien emerged, shimmering with colors that danced across its surface. It was the size of a finger, much like Axo, but with an air of otherworldliness that sent chills down Alex's spine. She marveled at the creature, feeling a mix of awe and trepidation. "Hello, little one," she said, her voice softening. "I am Alex. I seek your wisdom." The alien regarded her, its eyes vast and knowing. "You have come seeking power, but what will you offer in return?" Before she could respond, the alien darted towards her, shrinking even smaller until it vanished from sight. Panic surged within Alex. "Where did it go?" she shouted, her voice tinged with fear. Axo's expression shifted, concern etched across his features. "Alex, we need to find it. It may not be safe." Suddenly, Alex felt a surge of energy pulse through her, an overwhelming wave of consciousness crashing over her mind. The world around her faded as the alien's essence intertwined with her thoughts. Panic turned to confusion as visions flooded her mind, images of a distant world, the alien's home, filled with vibrant life and a kinship of beings that surpassed anything Alex had ever known. Then a realization struck her with bone-chilling clarity. The alien wasn't just seeking knowledge, it had taken refuge within her. It sought a host, someone who could elevate its existence to heights it could not reach alone. Alex was merely a vessel, an unwitting pawn in a grander scheme. In a moment of horrifying clarity, Alex grasped the full extent of her miscalculation. For years, she had thought she was using the alien to elevate her status, to conquer the realms of knowledge and power. But it was the alien who had been orchestrating her rise, feeding her ambitions, guiding her to fulfill its desires. "Why?" she screamed, collapsing to the ground, clutching her head as the cacophony of thoughts surged through her. "Why did you do this to me?" The alien's voice echoed in her mind, calm and serene. "I needed you to become powerful. Only then could I return to my brethren, to unite our kind and seek retribution against those who have wronged us. You were a means to an end." As the alien's presence enveloped her consciousness, memories flooded her mind, visions of the alien homeworld, of beings like it imprisoned, tortured by their captors. Alex realized that her ambition had been but a stepping stone for the alien's ultimate goal. Revenge against humanity for its transgressions. "Your success was never yours alone, Alex. You were the spark needed to ignite a rebellion," the alien continued, its voice intertwining with her thoughts. "You will carry my legacy, and together, we will reshape the universe." Desperation surged within her. "I won't let you," she cried, her voice echoing in the chamber, but the alien's grip tightened, filling her with an overwhelming sense of helplessness. Suddenly, the door burst open and Dr. Marcus Reed stormed into the chamber, flanked by security personnel. "Alex, we've been searching for you. We have reason to believe you're in danger." His eyes widened as he took in the scene, the alien egg cracked open, the glow emanating from Alex, and Axo's frantic movements. "What have you done?" "Stay back," Alex yelled, but it was too late. The alien's essence surged within her, drawing from her fear and fueling its power. She could feel the alien's tendrils wrapping around her mind, ready to unleash chaos upon the world. "Alex," Reed shouted, stepping forward. "Fight it! You're stronger than this. Don't let it take you." In that moment, something deep within her stirred a flicker of her own will, a desire to reclaim her identity. She had fought too hard, sacrificed too much to let this alien dictate her fate. The lessons she had learned, the importance of trust, the value of her own ambition flashed through her mind like a beacon of hope. With every ounce of strength she could muster, Alex focused on her core, her identity as a human, a woman, and an astronaut. "I won't be your puppet. she roared, the power of her resolve clashing against the alien's hold. The alien hesitated, its presence momentarily shaken. "You dare defy me," it hissed, confusion lacing its tone. "I will not allow you to use me," Alex screamed, her heart pounding as she fought against the alien's grasp. In that crucial moment, Axo joined her, his voice resonating in her mind. "Together, we can overcome this. Trust in your strength, Alex. Remember who you are." Drawing strength from Axo's words, Alex envisioned her life, the struggles she had faced, the bonds she had formed, and the dreams that had propelled her forward. She focused on that light within her, channeling her determination and resilience. With a final surge of willpower, she pushed back against the alien's influence. A shockwave of energy erupted from her, sending the alien reeling back. The connection that had once felt suffocating shattered, and for the first time, she felt truly free. As the alien retreated into the shadows, Alex gasped for breath, her body trembling with the aftermath of the battle. Reed rushed to her side, worrying etched across his features. "Are you okay? We need to get you out of here." "I'm fine," she replied, her voice steadier now. "I have to stop it. We can't let it reach others." Axo nodded, determination radiating from him. "We'll work together to contain it. You have the strength to overcome this." The team sprang into action, sealing off the chamber and activating containment protocols. As they worked, Alex reflected on the lessons learned, how ambition, when left unchecked, could lead to unintended consequences. She had sought power and knowledge, but in her quest, she had almost lost herself. In the days that followed, Alex, Reed, and Axo collaborated tirelessly to track down the remaining alien eggs and ensure they were safely contained. Each encounter with the aliens was a reminder of the fine line between collaboration and control, and Alex vowed never to underestimate anyone again. Finally, as they sealed the last egg, Alex stood before her team, newfound resolve burning within her. "We have a responsibility to protect not just ourselves, but the entire universe. Let's use what we've learned to forge a new path, one that prioritizes understanding and cooperation over ambition and power." As they departed Zypherin, Alex looked back at the stars, a sense of peace settling over her. She had faced the darkness within and emerged stronger. The future was uncertain, but she was ready to embrace it. Armed with the wisdom of her experiences, she would become an advocate for responsible exploration and understanding, determined to build bridges rather than walls. The lessons learned from her harrowing experience would guide her. She worked to reshape humanity's relationship with the cosmos. The universe was vast, filled with both wonders and dangers, but Alex had learned the greatest lesson of all: power should never be pursued at the expense of one's humanity. In the end, it was not just about ambition. It was about connection, trust, and the shared journey toward understanding. As the spacecraft traveled deeper into the cosmos, Alex felt a renewed sense of purpose. She was not just an astronaut, she was a leader, a guardian of the future, ready to navigate the complexities of the universe with wisdom and compassion. And as she gazed out at the endless stars, she understood that true power lay not in domination, but in the bonds forged among the myriad beings who shared the cosmos. It was a lesson learned the hard way, but one that would resonate through the ages.